Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me and see me. And can you type hello? Okay, so you can see me and hear me. Hi. Welcome to the third session of today's online conference. Hi. When you're writing hello or hi, you can say where are you from. I'm right now in Slovakia, in Banská Bystrica. So tell me who is nearest and who is the farthest to me. And it's a great opportunity to have, this online conference because you can stay at home. Let's see it as advantage in these days. And we can join together here online from each corner of the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Chotibosh, hi from Prague and everyone there. Oh, hi. Vlada Boleslav, Prague, hi Prague. I used to live there, so let's see. Banská Bystrica, okay, hi. Well, my street mate, if I can say so. Hello from Žilina. All right, let's see who's there. Prague again. Vesely, yeah. Hi, Vysočina. Hello. I've been there, everywhere. We can be everywhere now from our homes, just to be online here. Mohelnice, yeah, as well. Very nice city. And Zvolen, yeah, that's near. Yeah, you're from Zvolen. Your name is Kovačeva, which is the village just next to it. Hrop, where is it? That's, I don't know, really. Where's the village or city, Hrop? Hi. So, how are you doing, my dear colleagues? Third week, is it third or fourth week of online teaching and coronavirus quarantine? How do you cope with the situation? Me personally, it's getting better, but still it's a big challenge for me. Horrible. So yeah, it's getting better. I'm not saying that it's really perfect, but it's getting better. I'm getting used to the system and online lessons, but it might be for a longer time like that. Yeah, you miss your students. Yeah, I miss them as well, and they miss us. They want to go to school. At least those whom I spoke to on Skype lessons or online lessons. We hope we are going to survive. All right, so before we start our topic, I'm going to do a little survey here, our online survey. There are polls, I guess you know where they are. So I'm going to publish it. It's next to the chat on the upper right corner. So I'm going to publish just the survey about online teaching. So if you have, and let's see, can you see there? It's already there. Do you teach online classes? Vote there, yes, no, or not yet. It's next to the chat, okay? So we have poll, and we can see the survey and the percentage. So if you are writing to the chat, try to go to the polls, which is up your screen. Next to the chat, there is a polls next table, and vote there, because there we can see the percentage, the score. All right. So if you wrote it to the chat, that's fine. But let's see it. Let's see it in the polls, which are next to the chat right upper corner, and you can vote there. And since now we have some votes, and 52% of you say that yes, you're having online classes. 18% of you said not yet, and 28% not yet, and no. All right, so those who are typing to the chat, if you can, and yeah, you just go to the polls, so we can see the survey here. So, but majority of you say that yes, you use them, and even you wrote Office, Team, and Messenger. Does Messenger work? Okay, you cannot see polls, so it's upper. When you write to the chat, just go up in the same column or same table where you have chat, and next to the chat on the right side there are polls. Yeah, we are going to have more polls today, so it's there. Yeah, up right corner, there we have chat, then are polls and people. So I hope you can see it. And our little survey, 55% of you, yes, 16% no, and 29% not yet. So yeah, those who have online lessons, and here you can see now. Okay, Renata is correcting my pronunciation. Maybe it's polls, not polls. Polls. Okay, and all right. So many of you do that. Use it. We are struggling maybe with technical problems and so on. So that's the way it is. We are learning quite a lot. And our today's session, I adapted it so you can use these some mini lessons for your online lessons, or when you just assign homework online, so you can use that. So this webinar I prepared to be practical for the situation right now. So you'll see. Well, so let's go to the presentation now. And we are going to talk about English language tool for learning, which is CLIL methodology. It's a part of CLIL methodology. I'm not intending to explain what CLIL is and so on, because I'm sure that you are aware of that you might use that, and not much theoretical. What I would like to do is to have a look at it together with you and see how we can implement this CLIL lessons or CLIL methodology in everyday lessons. And here it comes. That's my second question in polls. So I'm going to publish it, and I'm asking you right now if you implement CLIL methodology right now. So poll is there, and you can vote. Do you implement CLIL methodology in your classes? Let's see our survey online. Yes. All right, if you have any technical problems, just log out or close the screen. First refresh the page, then leave the room and enter again. You know, it's just too many people online everywhere. All right, so we have our little survey there. 56% of you say yes, that you implement CLIL methodology, 24 no, and 19 not yet. So those of you who do, I'll be really happy if you cope or with you if you share your ideas and or your experience, especially with us. We have chat so we can read and see it. Well, so you do, and if you do you find challenging to prepare CLIL lessons? So it's another poll which I'm going to publish. So let's vote again. We have a little voting exercise right now. So that's mean. Do you find challenging to prepare CLIL lessons? Me personally, yes. It might be challenging because it's time consuming for me. And yeah, I'll see what you say, those of you who use it. But it's worth it, definitely, it's worth it. Usually I can use one CLIL preparation for all classes. I'm a teacher at elementary school, lower secondary grades, that means classes from 5th to 9th class. I just slightly adapt that. So yes, it's time consuming, and definitely 95% of you say yes, it's challenging. So today I'll help you, or I'll share my experience with you, and you'll see if it helps or not. Right, CLIL and language as a tool. Here in the picture, the boy, and let's say it's a teacher next to him, they are aiming at what? What's that? The target. and the target is English language. That's because it's our situation, it's the analogy I'm using here, that we are as some trainers who help students to shut at English language, which is the target, of course, for our learners and for us as well, because we're English teachers. And if we look at this second, the shift here, we can see already not only the target, which is English language, but we can see how to do that. We can see arrow and bow and the teacher explaining. And here the shift is that maybe in clean methodology, the target is not only English language. And my question, another one, and that's a poll again. What do you think? What represents the bow and arrow in CLIL methodology? And I'm publishing the poll again, so you can see there we have three options. So concerning CLIL methodology, what represents the bow and arrow? A teacher, that's A, B, English language, or C, other subjects. So let's vote. What do you think? Very nice that all of you are on polls already, not in the chat. Let's see. One chat there. B. Okay, Alyssa wrote B, so we can count it. All right. Let's see. Those who are writing to the chat, try to vote in polls. Polls. We have chat there, because English language and other subjects are quite equal. So let's see, and from the chat, yeah, chat, you say that post doesn't work, and we have B there, finally, hello, yeah, hi. All right, so we have 18% for teacher, we have 43% for English language, and 39% for other subjects, and here B was correct, because when we teach or we give English language that is an arrow or an above, and then students can aim at different things, different subjects, and that's the point. And that's the core issue as well of CLIL methodology, which was also the title. And that's it, what the CLIL is about. It's a tool for students, not only the target. So it's a little bit shift of maybe teaching and learning methodology, a point of view, and so on. And that's why we are going to look at this today. First of all, short introduction of CLIL, which we've just done partially. Then we are going to have a look at what are underlying principles of CLIL, what is different about CLIL lessons, if it's only a language, the language that we use to teach other subjects or not, how does CLIL benefit learners? We will work it out together, this one. And the last one, that's the practical part, and I'm going to give the most time of the presentation to it. How can I transform my lessons into CLIL ones? So that's the main focus of our presentation. Here, what's the CLIL? What is it? I'm sure you know, everybody knows. We've been said so many times and so on and that. It's here it's the what? It's the definition from the internet or from the vocabulary, from methodology book. You can read the definition yourself, but what's the most important, and let's simplify it, it's that language is a medium, it's a tool in, like, from the notion language across the curriculum. I think personally that we teachers of English and other languages, of course, as well, are a lucky one, because to implement CLIL in our lessons, it's a piece of cake. But what about teachers, let's say, of physics or chemistry or history? If they don't speak English, how can they do that? That might be even more challenging. And the easiest and the best is for teachers who have like second subject, different subjects. For example, my second subject is French language. And yes, I did. I taught English via French and French via English, and I use analogy between these two languages. But I'm not sure if this is really clear approach. It's just like using of language. And Silva says that we need to cooperate. Of course, we need to cooperate. English teachers with other. That's a cooperation. That's it. And Christina said, I have no second subject. But let's see. I don't like much theory. Theory is fine, but let's put it in practice. So the definition is over. And I use and I like pictures. So the basic thing of CLIL methodology is to see English language as a medium, as a tool, not as a target. So let's shift the point of view. Medium. And the same, when students are now using again this picture from the first slide, this is a little student, well, not little student, is a student who is using English language as the medium. It's a little bit like lost in the translation. I don't know if you have seen the movie. So when they are lost in translation, when they are lost in whatever in global worlds today, and information, many things are in English. So English can really serve as a medium and connection to the world today and information. So that's for sure interesting, not only interesting, but important. I don't know how about your experience, but some of my students just still, they think that they don't need English in their lives. So yeah, maybe they are too lazy to use it, too lazy to learn it, and so on. But anyway, the means, the tool is there, and they can do whatever they like with it. I'm going to share with you a story from my lessons. I'm not saying that I'm an expert on CLIL, not at all, but I've read some articles and I'm really interested into this methodology. I find it really useful and practical for everyday life. And I had the lesson in 5th class, and we spoke about Great Britain, and I asked them which parts or which countries are there in Great Britain, and to point on the map. And then I have one student, and he said, the name of the student is Richie, and Richie said, like, I don't care, I'm not going to say that we are not on a geography lesson. And he really did and say it like this because his level is very good. And I stayed there, and I was frozen, or I was freeze. I couldn't answer because for me it was so self-evident that we used, of course, it's CLIL methodology, but I can't say to, what's that, they are 11 years old a boy, that it's a CLIL methodology. So I was really just, I didn't answer, I wasn't able to answer, and schoolmates answered. They did my job. But what would you say? How would you answer that? Why are we doing geography when we have English lesson? That was the question. What would you say to my student? How would you, like, yeah, answer? Yeah, why not? It's a part of it to talk about it too, yeah. Everything is linked, thank you, because everything is linked. It's knowledge because you would use English when you go to UK, yeah. It's linked together, it's connected, we revise what you've already studied. Better saying nothing. That's what I did because I was, yeah, shocked. No, not shocked, but I just couldn't answer. I didn't expect that question. Why do not think you're doing in English? If you have an English friend, you would show him very nice history. Great, thank you for advice. I would explain it to him because you are smart enough. That's a good one. Good. Now this is really a real life situation. Explain more. Yeah, I was going to explain about clean methodology and methodological point of view, and yeah, explain more. Thanks a lot for your pieces of advice. Definitely, we need to explain differently. Let's see and explain it more in our webinar. I'm using here some research which was on the basis of clean methodology. It's not a new thing, it's not a new methodology. Of course, it's based on the research, huge research, and I'm going to mention some of them. The very first one, research shows that it takes 5 to 7 years for students in a quality bilingual program to become academically proficient in English. So this was one result of the survey or of the research, which really, yeah, we know it works, like bilingual program. Another one, research, language acquisition is not a linear process, it is cyclical and recursive. Of course, we know, definitely. It's connected to the CLIL. The third one is that learners require best when they create, discover, and construct their own learning. Well, we know, of course. That's why they have implemented it in the CLIL. Then, language is a mean, not an end, and when learners are interested in a topic, they will be motivated to acquire language to communicate. And this is this indirect way of learning something. When the language is not focused, they are not obliged to do that. They are like learning without knowing it. And that's really, I think, is the best part of clear methodology, just from my perspective. Another one, like semantic fluency precedes grammatical accuracy, and errors are a natural part of language learning. So we concentrate on fluency and content, not that much at grammar. And next one, learners develop fluency in English by using English to communicate for a variety of purposes. And this is really a thing that students are already, they recognize this, especially, for example, my students from 9th grade, because I gave them task last week to talk about English in their everyday lives, especially now during the quarantine. And some of them wrote really nice reflection. They wrote really, they were frank. They said, I hate learning English, but what I like is chatting with some people from different countries, watching videos, reading articles, boys usually about sports, football or basketball, and all different things. Even one student wrote, like, I hate English, I like a subject, but I like it when I communicate with people through the chat. And she said, I hope that this helps at least. And I was really happy because she was frank, and of course they just realized that English is necessary even if they don't like it as a subject. And there were all from this research, and you can see basis of clear methodology built upon these principles. And then we have principles of clear methodology, a little bit of theory again. And since you are all pretty familiar with the CLIL, I'm going to ask you if you know what underlying principles of CLIL are. And Vic wrote that international lingua franca, yeah, and you say all in one. And you have all 2 in 1, yes. So thank you for your reaction in the chat. So I stopped for a while now so I can read it. And yeah, to teach lessons then English and English language. Yeah. Yes, that's different point if I understand well your point, Mariana. Right, so here are 4 principles. All in the CLIL lessons, all is centered around this theme or topic. Here we have 4 C's, which are 4 principles. Who can guess or who knows? Can you type to the chat? Can you type to the chat if it's creativity, content? Let's go on, let's go on. I won't tell you because I'm waiting. Clearness, clarity, content, communication, change, cooperation, content, critical thinking, collaboration, yeah, communication, creativity. Yeah, you mentioned some of them. I can see that you are mentioning also 21st century skills. Yes, culture, yeah, content, yeah, creativity, content. I'm still waiting for one, which was constructivism, communication, content, creativity. Yes, you got it with the communication, content, and creativity, culture, but one C is still missing. Still culture, challenge. Channel C. No. Combination, cooperation. Okay, I'm going to show you. The fourth one was cognition. Critical thinking is, of course, a part of it. All what you've mentioned, it's part of it, but these four, culture, communication, cognition, and content, it's supposed to be, or they are supposed to be four basic principles of clear methodology, clear lessons. Yeah, critical thinking, and all what you've mentioned, it's a part of it. That's no doubt in that. So we have a topic and theme. Then we think about the culture, sharing, understanding, globalism, and so on. So the topics are usually culture connected. Communication, of course, students, they need to communicate because usually we have group works, pair works, group works with the clear lessons. And global culture, yes, thank you, Jana. That's it. So communication is clear. Even in some clear lesson, they can communicate with different schools. That might be right. Different schools in little projects and so on. Then we have cognition, and cognition stands for developing thinking skills, which link concept formation, understanding, and language. That's what we mentioned before, like geography. Why do we do geography and English language together? To see the whole, a holistic approach to that. So that's the cognition, thinking skills, linking concepts formation between each other, which is nowadays really the tendency, not only at schools but everywhere, not to be specialist in one thing, to see it in details, but to be able to see it as a whole, a holistic approach. That's the cognition. And content, of course, contents like progression in knowledge, skills, understanding related to specific elements, and the curriculum. That's the content. It's clear lessons. There should be, can be bound to the curriculum. Yeah, so some schools, and they have curriculum based on clear methodology, and it's a whole big issue there. So definitely it's connected to curriculum, national and school curriculum. You can see that it's different, not only in language that we see it as a medium or tool, but approach, how to prepare a clear lesson, to think over these four principles. They should be included in it. And next one, no, forward, not backwards. In communication, we have L for learning, L for off learning, L for learning, and L through learning. What do you think? What does L stand for? What does L stands for? Yeah, easy one. Of course you get it. It's language. Yeah, so the language is really the medium here, as you can see. So language, that's it. You got it. Agree. And here, I again use analogy, pictures to understand better. So difference between clear lessons and, let's say, ordinary lessons that we have with many different methodologies, that we are asking language showers or downpours. Yeah, language showers are on the left and downpours are on the right. So Khalil are definitely downpours. Students are immersed in language. Language is like attacking them from each side. So yeah, Khalil lesson, I compare it to downpours, which are really heavy rain. You can see the girl there. And yeah, she's having fun, even though she's in the water and it's really like downpours and heavy rain. Typically British analogy here, comparison of that. All right, so I hope that this was kind of enough of theory and you got the point what's different about the Khalil and ordinary lesson. And still, I've promised to have a look what is different. So let's pick this little, let's say, spots about Khalil lessons. And the first one is that communication focus on language. So this is really different approach. And of course, it's Khalil shares that with communication approach. Second part of that is that it's a natural way of learning a language. It's compared to little children, yeah, babies and little children, how they acquire language. So it's a natural way of learning. Third point is that students, some of them, yeah, let's say like it's not perfect one, nothing's perfect. And when students cooperate in groups, some of them, they have just partial, some of them total, and some of them double immersion in the topic and the language and the lesson. And next, of course, we have one or more subjects included together. And work-study approach. There are plenty of hands-on activities and projects. Yeah, projects is next, so I'm not going to say it before I have it. Here, yeah, are projects that Khalil lessons can be connected to local and international projects. You can find that little projects together. And the last things, it's like high intensity and long-term programs. When you have a clear lessons, it might not finish with the one lesson. You might follow up for 1 week, 2 weeks, or just to have one lesson in a week focused on clear lesson and go with the program, let's say half of year or even through the year is a little project. So there might be a question, what's the difference between Khalil approach and project-based learning? They have many things in common. They are similar, but a little bit different because Khalil, it's less time consuming and we can call it like small projects as well. And project-based learning, it's a huge project that we are working on even for 3 years. And a whole school is cooperating with that. So the amount of topics and content is different. We've done this one, and of course there are much more differences. We could talk about it for more than an hour or more, but I think that we could go on and have a look how does Khalil benefit learners. And I would like you to ask that and to say me advantages and disadvantages of this approach. But before we do this, I would like to show you one model lesson, Khalil, that I found on YouTube, and there are plenty of them. You can watch it, but this one is my most favorite. I'm not going to tell you why, because I would like you to watch it. I'm going to play the video, so I hope you can see it and hear it. If there are any problems, just please write immediately into the chat so I can try to fix it out. So let's go to video. Today is a special day because we are going to talk about electricity comes from a power plant. Electricity is a form of okay. Now it's time to check your vocabulary. I can. I hope you can see because I can see many chats notion. So let me see. Bad quality, cannot hear. I have really bad connection. Oh, printing pictures as well. So is there anyone who can see it properly, or is it really a waste of our time and I'll describe it? Nope. Or yeah, no, not good. Okay, I can, of course, I can do that, and I can share the link. Okay, I'm sharing the link in the chat. You can see the link in the chat. Can you? So you can watch it yourself. Not this one, sorry. This was not a good link. That's for the second video. So this one. This one. Sorry for that. That's the next video that I've prepared for you. So I need this one. This one. It's the electricity. It doesn't work properly. Yeah. All right. You got it. You got it. Yeah. Vocabulary about electricity. Yes, please. We have time. Let's watch it now, please. Everyone, let's watch it now. And when you finish watching it, type to the chat that you've done, that you are ready. I would like you to see it because we are going to talk about that. So let's watch that. Yes. All right. Thanks. All right, I'm coming back. Yeah, finished. It stucks. If it stucks, yeah, good. Right, excellent. Thanks. A very nice lesson. Yeah, and I think this can be done in our classes. We can do that exactly as she did, because we do not need to be a specialist or a physics teachers, and that's why I've shown that. We can just use it. It's ready made. Yeah, yeah, it's ready made for us. Good one. So up in this example of clear lessons, let's look together and let's talk about advantages and disadvantages of this method. What can you see from the video? What was really good, and what would you do just differently? What might be like tricking one? So can you type to the chat now? What can you see as advantage of this methodology, this concrete lesson? Yeah, let's use this one as an example one model lesson. So teaching in reality, yes, cooperation, group work, visuals, life related topics, yeah, more fun, visuals, interesting, real life practice, group work, children interested, yes, motivation, might be fun, and yeah, time consuming, I saw it, yeah, disadvantage, yeah. Get the English in real life, visual motivation, the weak ones do not take part, exactly. More subjects, math, physics, that's it, practical. Not every child works, is exactly that disadvantage, yeah, yeah, I agree, that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, teacher used a bit harder questions. Did she translate them into Italian then? That's the good question. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, might be challenging for such small students. Yeah, it was first grade, definitely. First grade. All right, paperwork. All right. Yeah, I think that you mentioned all because I'm suggesting here advantages and disadvantages. Today I'm just really like my tongue goes like tongue twister. I had two online lessons this morning with my students, so sorry for that. Um, I think that you mentioned all of them, and cooperation, creativity, motivation. Definitely, we have language in use, hands-on activities, use of ITC here. Yeah, when during the CLIL lessons, it's really potential of use that. This thinking skills, which was before cognition, and immersion, the flow. Have you heard of flow, which is like big theory right now from psychology? Are you in flow? Yeah, when students or children are in flow, they are immersed and they work without knowing it, right? I think you've heard of it. And but be careful about distribution of work. You mentioned that not everyone works, yeah, in the group. Then lack of linguistic competence, as some of you mentioned, that they might not understand. Lack of interest in English. They might be interested in the subject, but they don't like English. They are not going to do the project because they don't like English. Time-consuming preparation, definitely. Lack of knowledge in other subjects, that's for us teachers. And evaluation. How would you evaluate the clear lesson? How do you do that? You do not write tests. You do not have like oral interrogation. How? What? This is really triggering one. Yeah, I know the ice hockey coaches use it very often. All players have to be in flow. Yeah, if you haven't heard of flow methodology or approach, read it out, Google it, and it's really an interesting one. I went to one seminar about the flow. Whole seminar was about that, and it's really good one. But it's nothing. Okay, I'm not going to say it's nothing different than to be like immersed in something, immersion, but really, yeah, it's very nice, and it can be implemented into our lessons. And the CLIL is one approach how to implement that. Yeah, that's right. All right, thank you. Yeah, Alena is right. So that Darinka, yeah. Okay, so just have a look at it. Yeah, one tip for you to study and self-study. All right, so we had advantages, disadvantages. We know what it's about. Let's look at how can I transform my lessons into clear ones. if I don't want to waste a lot of time preparing something, so first part of this session, I'm sharing my ideas. I'm sharing what I do and what I did. So the very first one, an easy one, is that that it works or not. It is, yes. You know, I'm sure you know already that it's present perfect. We are practicing this. And what subjects do we have here? English together with geography, which is like self-evident, right? And so students are asking, have you ever been to, and they point on the map and they name cities. Cities here are in Slovak language because it's Slovak. And then we ask them, when did you go there? Which is easy to prepare, easy to use. By the way, you'll have this presentation on the internet tomorrow, so you can download it and use it. It's ready-made for you. And then here we are moving to the Europe, which is already in English. So cities and orientation in Europe. Have you ever been to? Easy one to point somewhere. It depends which class you use that, because some classes they haven't had a whole Europe yet. I think that in 7th class they have Europe, and 8th class they should know it. So you just have to talk to geography teacher to ask him. And what about this one? What do you think? Whom I have asked, or whom would I have asked this question with the red spots there? Have you ever been to? It's a joke, but who can guess? Who might have been recently in all these places in the world? Corona, exactly. Yes. So this is a map of coronavirus. Yeah. Infected people of COVID-19. Yes. So it's a little joke to just not to make this serious topic as it is, even though I'm just having fun of that. All right. Renata is saying that it's useful topic for third part of Mathurta, US and Czech Republic and Canada. Yes, this was the back one. All right, so here I have asked the coronavirus, which is pretty cruel to us, but yeah, let's move on. Here is something that I do. Again, reminder, percentage, they calculate it and they learn it in the 7th year on math. The percentage, yeah, to know, it's good to know. So what I do, and students really enjoy it, when they write a test or just a short test, I ask them to count their points in English and write the results. So I don't count points and just put points per task. Then I have, here we have maximum points, which is 50. And they have to count it, and I encourage them to count it in English, which is pretty challenging for them. It takes time until they just don't use Slovak or Czech. Then I ask them to calculate the percentage. Of course, they can use the calculator, and then they write their marks there, so they feel like teachers. They like it. Some of them, well, in my experience, the grade 5th, 6th, 7th works. 9 and 8, they don't care anymore about writing the marks and being a teacher, but that's the way it is. And secondary school, they might like it, or they just, it depends on students. So this is something that you can do like anytime you like after the test. And now it's the highest time to show you something really ready-made worksheets and activities. And I'm pretty sure that you can use that for online lessons, because first of them you're going to see, I've had it already with my students, so you'll see. And this is the topic, introductory picture to the topic of the clear lesson. So can you type to the chat, what is it about? Yes, it's about art, definitely. What kind of art? Banksy. Yeah, it might be Banksy. I'm not sure if it's Banksy. Yes, exactly. Visuals, painting, street art. Exactly. That's it. That's it. Let's look at this lesson. Anime lesson. Here we have introduction, the text about why is street art popular or not. We have visuals for pictures, for little text, short text, so students can do and read it now, even online with online classes. It's not time consuming. And then we go and ask them to do the exercises because they can do that. 1, 2, 3, fine. And then if you have a look at 6 and 7 exercises, a project. And it's a perfect time now because they have usually it's linked to internet, to search on the internet, and they can work in pairs or themselves to create a presentation about the street artists in their country. So, or write a paragraph about that, add pictures. So you can see that is really a good one for us to use it. And now I wanted to show you a video which is next to that, which I've sent before. Since I know that it's not going to work, so I'm going to send the video to your chat, and you can watch it. So I'm sending it. It's just 2 minutes, so or 1 minute, something like that. Please watch this video. It's about street artists. Enjoy it. It's very nice. Well, I like it. Can you watch the video, and when you have finished, please type to the chat that you are ready. Yes, it was in Friendship magazine, and it was my article. So yeah, you got it, Lucy. I'm happy. I wrote that article to Friendship magazine using this, so I'm using my material. If you like that in Friendship, I'm only very happy. And you did it. I see you did it with the classroom, maybe. So Lucy knows what's going on. Good. Yes, it was. Yes, yes. Great. You know, the world of English language in Slovakia and the Czech Republic is small. Just please type to the chat when you're ready, so I can carry on. All right, ready, good, fine. So, this is prepared already for students. What can you see in the painting? Do you like it? And the question now is, how much would you pay to Taipei, or Taipei, I guess, for it? It's awesome. I like it so much as well. So we are going to have an auction, make an auction in the classroom, right? But we are going to have really auction here in the chat. So let's tell me if you like it. How much would you pay for that? Let's have an auction. So your offers in the chat, please. 1,000. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have to decide if it's if it's euros or Czech crowns. 200 Czech crowns. Okay. If you're not interested, so you just don't. Okay. So we have 5 euros, 15 euros, 360 is a present. Bitcoin, 70 Bitcoins. I think this is the most, Vic. We would have it for 70 Bitcoins for first time, for Vic. For second time, anyone is offering more than 70 Bitcoins? No, euros. Yeah, let's go to euros. Vic, can you just transfer that in euros? Marcela said Jens. Yeah. So Vic, how much is that in euros? 70 bitcoins in euros? I have no idea. 1,000 Czech crowns? No idea. 10 euros. So who offers the most? Is it Vic with his 10,000 Czech crowns or 10,000 euros? 10,000 euros, I would say. So is anyone offering more than that? Or is it Vic who is the winner? It's the Vic who is the winner. Yeah, let's leave it for Vic. All right, thank you for Katka for counting that. Oh my God. Okay, so Vic is the winner. And since we have no the painting, but we are a publishing house, so Vic, you are winning this game, and that's for real. So you just have bought this game. So congratulations. There is one more game like this. In a while, we'll have a quiz, a little quiz question. So there is still one more. You can win that. So Vic's first is yours. Let's have a look at CLIL biology. Doing exercises, again, short text, students can read it even for homework, then a little exercise accompanied by them, and here, how flexible are you? The exercise is to try it out, and it's really interesting one. You can try it, I tried that. I didn't manage to do that. I thought I was flexible, but apparently not that much. Another lesson is about cooking, which is practical at the moment because students can try it at home, they can cook. And exercises there, and again, they have a project, internet research, for another chemical change, what it happens to food during cooking. So they can do that and prepare a short presentation about some cookery or recipe. Another thing, music, I think it's like general use. Here is about David Bowie, and again, followed by a project to find more about famous singer-songwriters online and create a short presentation. So for all these 4 lessons, clear lessons, you can use that now, and students can prepare presentation for you. And here we come. We have another quiz question. So now answer this quiz question to the chat. And my colleagues in the office, they are going to have a look at it properly. And who is the first with the correct answer will win the game, and we will contact you via email. So I hope you're ready. I'm going to show you the picture, the question, and type it to the chat. I'll leave you, let's say, 1-2 minutes. So this is coming back to the beginning. What are underlying principles of CLIL? Type right now, all of them. All of them. You need to write 4 C's, 1 T, and L, 3 L. All of them. Try to write it in one chat to make it easier for my colleagues to assess it. Or to decide. Yeah, try to write all in one chat to make it easier for my colleagues to assess that. Yeah. Don't forget about language 4 and so on, not only language. And you'll win the game. I can see many correct answers, so you'll see who's the first, and you'll be the winner of the game. You can keep writing still, and we are coming surely and slowly but surely to the end of the session. All examples of ready-made lessons I've used from the book Wider World, which is from Lobo Secondary, and my colleague had a presentation about that before this session. So if you are interested in the book, you can ask for a sample. My colleague will talk about that in a while. Yes. All right, you can still type your answers into the chat to the quiz question. You can still do that. And I would like to thank you for participation. It's Friday, and before that, I'm using, here are correct answers to make sure, but I saw many of them. And if you are feeling stiff, so have a little bit of exercise, and this might be your homework for tonight. So when you do exercises, do it in English. Try to count in English. You'll got the presentation, so you can make it as a challenge. I use this with my students at the end of our online lessons. I put one exercise picture like that, and we have a challenge together for the evening, and then they vote if they did it or not. So it's very nice to have as well, like informal chat. And I like use CLIL for PE, a little bit activity. So thank you all a lot. And if you would like to have, I'm coming back to this one, a sample of Wider World, you can again mark it and vote in polls. Thank you. Bye. Thanks a lot. Goodbye. Have a nice weekend, you too. Bye.